Hi, I'm Allison.
Hi, I'm Justin.
And you're listening to the Otterly Owlsome podcast. Who knows what we'll talk about?
Of the Traders is coming out the same time as the US version of the Traders.
Okay.
And they use the same castle. And they also use similar challenges or missions, I guess, for the show.
Okay.
But there's like little twists on them that are different. So it's really neat, depending on which one we watch first, to see what Alan does versus what the other lady does. And so far, Alan's far outshines what she does.
I love Alan. Yeah.
This is my first real exposure to him.
Is the UK one with like the same type of cast, like reality stars?
No, they're like normal people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They'll have like one person who was on like a reality show, but other than that, they're all like normal kind of people.
Gotcha.
The only one that did celebrities was Traders Canada. Had a bunch of celebrities or YouTubers and stuff like that.
Is theirs at the same castle?
No, theirs is at a castle in Canada. Like castle.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were castles.
That's why they were close. New Zealand, they have like a hotel-ish kind of vibe. Australia, I think it's a hotel-ish kind of vibe. But maybe it's more of like a cottage slash what do you call that? Bed and breakfast. So it's big like that.
Yeah. I was gonna download it for my flight. I keep giving him crap that he won't pay for the one tier up so I can download. He's like, I'm doing a nice thing and sharing it. Quit being rude. And I'm like, I will Venmo you the $12.
Why don't you just buy the subscription?
Because we really don't. The only thing I watch on there is Based on a True Story with Kaylee Cuoco, or however you say her last name, and Traders. That's all I watch on there. I don't watch anything else.
I'm trying to think what else we watch on Peacock.
David watches EPL, and that's the only reason his friend bought it is because he watches EPL, which is European soccer.
Oh, soccer. Okay.
Yeah. And so it's like, I'm not going to buy it because I can probably watch Traders on Hulu.
We have to watch it on Peacock.
Oh, well then maybe not.
Peacock is one of those where it's like once every 6 months there'll be a show where like, where is that at? Oh, it's on Peacock?
Yeah.
So.
Have you guys watched Based on a True Story?
No, but it's on my list because you told me about it.
Yeah. The second season just came out and I haven't finished it yet.
I like her. I loved her on Big Bang Theory.
Well, I liked the guy. He was on the Mindy Project and I hadn't really seen him on anything else. And I like him. I don't know his name, but he played Danny on Mindy Project.
Let me go Google real quick.
Are you sad about the upcoming TikTok ban?
No.
Oh, you post a lot on TikTok. I didn't know if you got any traction on TikTok.
I don't. It's more of like I made this short little thing, so let me put it as many places as I can. I probably get more traction on TikTok than I do on Instagram or
really?
YouTube. Yeah, because TikTok, I can post a video there, and it'll get like 600 views, a couple likes. Wow. I put it on Instagram Reels. It'll show nothing for like 12 hours, and then all of a sudden it'll be like 8 views, and I'm like, great, thanks. And YouTube is kind of hit or miss depending on
So the algorithm helps you on TikTok.
Yeah, the algorithm helps in like, I think a lot about this. Like, I'm not trying to be viral, whereas a lot of people are trying to like hit that algorithm, and I'm kind of like, some ServiceNow admin at some point is going to run across this and add me as a follow or something like that, and that's the people that my target audience, I guess.
Yeah.
And then as I'm working with this other company, I'm learning about the advertising side of all this, which I had just never been exposed to. But like you can create ad campaigns that promote your content and get it in front of people, which in turn should increase your subscribers. I may or may not experiment with that. They're having trouble doing it too, so I'm just kind of like, I just don't know if that's for me.
Yeah. Huh.
But
interesting.
Yeah, it's
I just don't know. Content-wise.
It
would hurt your...
I try to use it to just expose, like, I'm here and you come follow my stuff.
Yeah.
But
I do feel bad for some small businesses though that have made their money because of TikTok. Like that sucks for them.
Yeah, and I should probably I have opinions about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I think that there are worse things being done with our data that are legal and that are happening like full support of every Congress critter. Like basically taking our personal data and reselling it to different companies. So it's like if China wanted to do us harm, it's not because of TikTok. They could go buy the data on the market and get access to it, or hack, the phone companies that can't keep up their security.
I keep laughing at the TikTok videos of it's like someone saying goodbye to my Chinese agent, watching me scroll or whatever. I'm just like, they probably think I'm nuts with my witch talk and book talk.
Yeah. But what's funny is like there's also the propaganda argument, and I'm like, well, they could do it on stuff that is legal here. Like Facebook just took all the rules away on Facebook, so they could do it there now. Like,
that's a whole nother thing.
This episode is totally getting blacklisted.
I know they're gonna be like, don't watch this.
I'm gonna have to take the controversial topics button that's on the content.
I just it's like one of my mindless things after work, so I gotta find something else. I'll read even more books now. Yeah,
there's that more. But I don't know about you. You probably noticed. I have like pulled away from consuming TikTok. So I literally go on, post, and if there's a message from you, I'll react or something, and then I'm out. Like I don't stay.
I sent you a good one the other day.
The
guy jumping.
Yes. Now I'm like paranoid of like any videos I post that have my full body. Like, did I jump and something showed?
That was on purpose.
I'm assuming, yes, but you never know.
Yeah. But I'm more sad. I know this is going to sound stupid, but like I get a lot of recipes and like life hacks from TikTok that I'm like, I would have never thought of that.
Same. Yeah.
And
there's some great, like I remember when I first got into it, there was like these little hacks for like how to make a taco like really easily on the grill, right? And it's just like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going anywhere, to be honest.
If it does, I'll be fine. I just think the reasonings are dumb.
Yes.
And I mostly feel bad for like the small business owners and people who have been able to like get their business out there and they're going to lose income, and that sucks.
Yeah. Agree. And I'm actually working with one of those small businesses here.
Oh.
I don't want to name them on the podcast, but...
You don't want to shout them out?
No, not yet anyways. But I'm working with them on their social media stuff, and it's like...
Oh, cool.
I recognize that, like, a small company, they just don't have the... If someone's, like, hip, I guess would be the word to use. Like, if someone's just understands social media and happens to do it and on the side... They'll do it, but like there's no real strategy around it. There's no, and I was like, wow, that's a real opportunity. Not that I'm some expert. Like they just happened to ask me because they saw my channel or whatever.
Yeah.
So. But yeah.
Well,
do you post anything? I've been trying to get you to post our shorts.
Well, I don't know how. Is number one.
We need to do a session, a clinic.
We do. But, like, I'm not a big poster. Like, I used to post, like, my travels on Facebook, not for any other reason than it was cool to, like, go back at the end of the year and see everywhere I went. Not for any other reason. Like, because I traveled so much. And, like, if I had friends that lived in those towns or whatever, I could be like, hey, I'm so, But... I have we just got our fall pictures back. Not just, I got them back a while ago. And I still haven't even posted those on Facebook because I don't really care. Like I sent them to my mother-in-law and my mom and family, but I was like, I guess I can post them. But I'm not a big poster. It's not my thing.
Were your job postings? I reposted your job posting.
I know. I was so excited. So if you're listening and you're an engagement manager in the U.S. or the GTA, hit me up.
Or the what? The what TA?
GTA, the Greater Toronto Area.
Wow, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
Yeah, because like Toronto, I've learned is huge, and it's like Toronto, but then like the GTA. So yes, I am desperate. It's a buyer's market, if you will.
She's so desperate. She would hire me as an EM, which I don't know if she wants. I'm not like I can't go after like I think a good EM is like on top of people, you know, like hey, you said you'd have this done by this date. What's going on? And that kind of stuff I just don't want to do. Like,
yeah, it's getting bad. I mean, it's a good problem that I have. So let me be very clear. This is a great problem for our company that I need to hire. So this is not like a bad situation, but it's our EM process for hiring, just in case they are interested, is, you know, the process, while it seems annoying because you have like the general HR interview just to make sure like comp is on point and, you know, just the feeling out the job. And then you would have a call with like our delivery manager, but then we have you do a panel. And a lot of people don't want to do the panel, but we give you a problem to solve. So we say, hey, your customer's unhappy. We need to get to green plan. And this isn't meant to sound rude, but like if you don't know what a get to green plan is, you're probably not the right person. If you cannot put together a presentation, you're probably not the right person. Like it's a challenge, essentially. It's not a gotcha. It's just, hey, let's see how you can come deliver out of a bad situation. And, you know, presentation skills are kind of key for engagement manager and handling. And so we have your former boss on our panel. And I always laugh because when he gets in character, like he is in character. And I always laugh because I'm like, you would have made me cry during my panel. Because like he does it. Well, I mean, he did it on the sales ones too. But
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I just.
What? Since we've mentioned it, since we put it out there, what are the ideal qualities of a great engagement manager?
So they would need to be very organized. They would need to be able to context switch. And if you don't know what that means, it just means you're going to be on multiple projects, usually around 3, maybe 4, depending on size. They would need to understand like scope, schedule, budget, and be able to manage all 3. They would have to be able to have hard conversations with a customer. They would manage a project team, so it could be anywhere from 1 to 20 people on a project team. Let's see. They have to keep those people delivering and try to keep them on scope, schedule, and budget. It's cat herding would be a good explanation. So attention to detail, being able to context switch, multitask, know how to prioritize work, and manage people, which is hard.
And it's a remote role, right?
It's all remote. There could be, like all of our job descriptions have 30% travel, but that's just because EMs usually don't need to travel, but like during go lives and stuff, if they want to travel, we encourage them to do so because I think it's important to meet people in person. Just that's how you build relationships. And we have lots of upward mobility. So every role I've had here, but this one and my very first one were created for me.
Yep. So. I was going to add that from my viewpoint of the EM or engagement manager, there's lots of room to grow and like really succeed. Like there's enough. Okay, let's back up a little bit. ServiceNow implementations. There's enough complexity and interoperability between different systems and people and processes that there's opportunities for an engagement manager, that kind of person, to come in and kind of smooth that out and achieve that success in a project.
Yeah. And I've worked at a lot of partners. And I think our team, like, I want you to make mistakes. I want you to like do that type of thing so you can learn. Like, if you're perfect, honestly, like that's too much for me. I don't want perfect people. Like, I want people to just be who they are. Like, we have an operating model, but I want you to bring like your Justin flair to it, or like, you know, we don't want robots and perfection. We want people that are people, and people joke about the beer test, but it's true. Like, whenever I talk to like if I wouldn't have a beer with you, like, am I gonna hire you? I don't know.
Okay.
Like, if you come in are like a total douche,
yeah.
don't know that I want to hire you. But like, when I talk to the veterans class about interviewing, I'm like, be yourself. Like, because the problem is, like, if you come in and be someone you think I want to see, like, we look at culture fit. Like, I've interviewed people that would have been, they were soup, but they just didn't fit the culture, and they're not going to be successful, and we're not going to be successful. So if you aren't yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice, because like, you have to fit in the culture somewhere. It's going to be painful for everybody.
Right.
Like, yeah.
And I think
we spent a lot of time working on our culture over the past year.
I can personally attest, and Allison didn't ask me to say this, Crosskeys has a great culture. It's very supportive, team-oriented, and what I really appreciated when I was there is that there's plenty of opportunities to learn and kind of move into areas that, I guess this is an engagement manager, but technically, speaking, there's opportunities to move into different areas and learn new things, which I always find attractive. And then one other thing you always talk about, how about, like, do you, like, work your engagement managers to death?
No, I don't. And if my leaders do, they get in trouble. Like, I monitor how many projects people are on and how many hours they're allocated every week. I have a dashboard. And if people are over a certain amount, it turns red. And I get on to people. Like, I actually reach out to consultants and I'm like, quit it. Like, stop. And I have some that are like, leave me alone, I'm fine. And I do leave them alone because I believe them. There are others I don't believe. And I'm like, no, we're not doing this. Like, quit. Because they're going to get burnt out. There is nothing we do that is life altering. We're not curing cancer. We're not doing brain surgery. Things can wait. Like, we're not a hustle. I don't want people hustling. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah. And
we're past that.
You encourage PTO too, right?
Oh yeah. Like, and I give comp time too.
What's that? So, what's the difference?
I don't make you take your PTO. You just log it as admin or whatever.
So
that you're not burning PTO. Like, if you had 3 really long weeks, I mean, we already have family first, but sometimes I have people that work into family first. And so if they've been doing that and have had a rough, like, we had to hit this deadline, like, I go and block their calendar and they take the day off without having to burn PTO.
Nice. So. And family first, that's something an engagement manager would benefit from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is it exactly?
Half day Fridays. And as long as work is done or you just need a mental health break, you take your afternoon off. If you have stuff to do, it just means no meetings Friday afternoon. So
for me, Family First Friday was such a big hit in our household that I'm still doing it. Like,
I love that.
After I left Crosskeys, I still do a Family First Friday. Yep.
Well, as you know, my husband used to work at Crosskeys, and Friday afternoons, I'm like, as he works.
Yep. Yeah, his company, I get the sense that they're a little more get the job done no matter how long it takes versus, what you're kind of making this position seem like don't work a million hours, we need to...
No, I'm not saying that there aren't going to be times where you're going to have to work more than 40. That's consulting as a job. I just don't want it to be every week you're working to the bone, because that's just why.
Yeah, it's burnout. You're just burning out.
But there will be times, because that's just consulting as a whole. I mean, any consulting job you take, whether it's ServiceNow or otherwise, there's just ebbs and flows. And when deadlines come up, I mean, I don't miss those days. But I mean, like, I hop on with my teams. Like, if it's my project that I'm a sponsor for, like, I'm like, put me in. What do we need? Let's go. We're all in this. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yes.
Are there any other positions you'd like to pimp while we're talking about it?
Let's see. What other positions do we have? I think we have a sales role open.
Like a sales executive? Like,
yeah, like account executive. I think we have one of those open. I have an associate engagement manager in the GTA only, not in the States. And that's someone who maybe isn't an EM yet, but they want to learn it or get into the ecosystem.
That's big in the community. Like, how do I get my foot in the door? Yeah.
Yeah. And so for that one, I don't expect them to have any ServiceNow experience. And honestly, I don't really expect them to have project management experience, but they need to be coachable, have the right attitude, want to learn. And soft skills are ones where you can teach soft skills, but only to a degree. And so I would expect you to be able to like have a conversation with somebody and be able to present. So
yeah, all good stuff. Yeah.
So that one's a foot in the door, if you will.
Yeah, and those are hot jobs. I mean, there's tons of.
I know.
We
got a lot of applicants for that.
Really? Okay.
So far, yeah, but we haven't found anyone yet. So.
When I was still at CrossFit, we posted a junior position for the same reason. It was like, you don't have to have a lot of experience. We'll coach you. Yeah, I was overwhelmed by the number of applicants. Luckily, CrossFit has a good HR team to help weed through all that. So.
Well, and what's funny about some of the other roles is ServiceNow is so, for anyone in the ecosystem, we're trying. It is incestuous. You do not burn bridges because everybody knows everybody. We all talk to each other. So if you apply somewhere, we ask our friends who have worked or work elsewhere. And so I help Abby clean the pipe, if you will.
Oh yeah, we know that personality over there. they're
and it's people I trust. You know, it's not like I'm just randomly hitting somebody up, and we all do it. I'm just saying it out loud, I guess. But we all do it. We all ask, and never burn bridges. No matter what career you're in, don't burn bridges. But this ecosystem's so small, and
yeah, you never know too. Like at least I've learned, as your career gets longer, even if you don't stay in the same industry, those burnt bridges can come back to haunt you. So definitely.
Yeah. No, I tried to convince another former coworker to come EM for me in Moonlight, and they wouldn't.
Well, I wish you the best in fulfilling your EM role. That's the one I reposted, right? I think so.
Yes. I have 3. So I have 2 EMs and 1 AEM. So I need 2 EMs.
You heard it, everybody. 2 EMs.
One's US and the other is US or Canada. And now I'm going to be anywhere in Canada. So.
And now I know what GTA means.
I don't know.
Greater Tulsa area.
Yeah. The greater Tulsa area is pretty sad compared to the Toronto area. So, yeah.
I liked Tulsa when I visited.
It's fine. I mean, the cost of living is cheap and it's easy to get everywhere. And I remember at the airport back in the day, before I moved, they used to have an announcement at the airport that said the United States' second shortest commute time. And I was like, that's actually something to brag about.
Because you're in the middle of the country and didn't get to anywhere?
No, like the city of our size, like Tulsa has like over 1 million people in it. And Tulsa has the second shortest commute time in the United States, like of cities our size, I guess.
Oh, like an actual commute.
Because if you were to go to Dallas, it takes you like 1 million hours to go 10 miles. Here, if I go 10 miles, it takes me 5 minutes.
That is one thing I noticed from visiting is that there's a lot of investment in the road infrastructure, and
it's not on fixing the roads.
Not on fixing it, but it was like there was like bridges and exit ramps and on ramps. It was kind of confusing, and then there wasn't a lot of people on it. Like it was like, oh, I don't have to grip the steering wheel.
Hilarious. that you say that because like David's friends came and surprised him, and then Mia came to town, and every single person was like, "Why are there so many roads?" I'm like, "This doesn't."
And it was very twisty and like confusing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, downtown has what's called the IDL, and there's a circle around downtown. It's called the interdispersal loop. So there's literally a road
strange
that if you stay in like the far right lane, you'll just do a loop around downtown, and you can get off on like any of the streets downtown. And all the streets downtown, if you're west of Main Street, it's cities west of the Mississippi. And if you're east of Main Street, it's all cities east, and they're all in alphabetical order.
Wow, that's some incredible planning.
I know. So it's like Boston, Cincinnati. Is that right? No. Boulder, Cincinnati, Denver. Yeah. And then the other way is Boulder, Boston, Maine. Yeah. So.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a grid. It's very easy to navigate.
I mean, I was able to navigate like for my runs and stuff and driving. So yeah. It was pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, next week is Service Now SKO.
And what does that mean? What does SKO mean to the rest of the world?
Sales kickoff.
Oh no. Does that mean all the people, all the customers are going to be harassed by their sales representatives after next week?
After. I'd say they get a break next week.
Oh, they get a break. Okay, so they get...
Because they'll all be in Vegas. So the Crossviews is having theirs also in Vegas. And I get to present at ours. So we're presenting on sales and delivery and how we've led to each other's success.
Well, very nice. Very nice. So it's like a celebration.
It is. And it's talking about what things we need to keep doing and the lessons we've learned this past year, because we had to, reunite sales and delivery over the past year.
Yeah. And you're growing at the same time. So
yeah. We had a historical Q4 best in company history.
Oh, so. I have sound effects. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
They might not be in this. I have them in a different studio. Yeah, it's all right. I could have had applause. I'll just do a round of applause.
So, because of that, we're growing, which is, once again, good problem. Yeah. I keep saying that whenever I call my boss. I'm like, hi, I have a good problem to talk to you about.
It's always best to talk to your boss about the good problems.
Yeah, and he just always laughs, and it's like, I love the good problems. I'm like, yeah, me too. So.
Very nice.
Yes. Yeah. So are you up to speed on EA Sports?
I am not as up to speed as I want to be. And I don't know, this will probably be the first time anybody hears it from me. The PDIs have been very poorly performant over the past week or two. Oh. And there's been connection issues, or they're refusing connections. And I got an email from ServiceNow this morning saying, we apologize if you've been impacted, but your PDI is back up. And I'm like, well, my PDI was back up last night, finally, and you're letting me know the next day, and but you're not even telling me what happened. It's just sorry, please continue using the personal developer instance. It's okay, can you tell people what happened? Are we going crazy, or was there a technical issue that you just fixed? Yeah. So it's slowed me down a little bit on content and stuff like that. Yeah. Nothing major.
Have you done your deltas?
No, I don't think the deltas come out until this week, I think.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking they came out last week. January has been the longest month ever.
Good for you.
Last week was so long. And then today I thought it was Thursday. It is Monday.
That's his typical Monday, right?
Last week was just at one point I was talking to my peer in sales and was like, we can't do this till something. And he was like, it's only January 10th, Allison. I was like, no, I thought it was the 30th.
No, because the 30th is the Yokohama early release access.
So you get to run your little crawler or whatever.
Yeah. I gotta make it work first. I gotta work on that. They changed the whole site structure, so I gotta figure that out.
Yeah. But I believe in you.
I'll figure it out, yeah.
I mean, by then you'll be contracting.
Hopefully.
I need to hit up Rachel and be like, Rachel? So Rachel, if you're watching.
I've been waiting to see her name,
Yeah.
come through.
She should be one of our guests.
I'm down.
She would be
I don't
fun.
think she would want to be on camera, though. In this
She
kind
comes on camera with me.
Well, yeah, because she knows you. I don't think publicly yeah. I have to remember that about people. Like, not everybody's okay with being out there, so.
That's true. We could talk about her chicken.
That just made me hungry. Love me some chicken. One day we'll have to talk about, I found vegan chicken. So they're like, and they use them on Hot Ones, the TV or the show on YouTube.
Oh.
But it's called, it's not Daring, Blackbird Wings. And it's made out of plants. And it tastes very, very similar to a chicken wing. It has similar texture. But it's like, I didn't harm any animals. And I really like them.
I mean, I like meat, so I'm not vegan. No offense to vegans or vegetarians.
I like meat too, but I find as I'm getting older...
Is it like the Impossible whatever?
Yes, which I'm a big fan of Impossible, yeah. I eat a lot of Impossible
I haven't had
foods.
those either.
I just figure, to do my part for the planet a couple of days per week and not consume...
Like Meatless Monday or whatever. Yeah.
So,
that's fair.
My camera just shut off. I went for a run before recording.
Oh, no. I got my end of my bike in here because it's too cold in the garage.
Is it there right now?
It's my spin bike.
Ooh, cool.
Because it's been too cold for me to be out in the garage. So.
Did you guys get any snow from the snowmaker?
Yeah, we got 3 or 4 inches. And then it's supposed to potentially snow again this weekend, but I won't be here, so I'll be in Phoenix and then Vegas.
Yeah, we got
I've decided I'm going to win a jackpot, so I'm just putting it in the universe. I've also rejected any bad news for the rest of January.
I'm with you there.
I'm done with bad news.
You only can do so much. Yeah, you've reached your limit.
I know. So I've told my team, please don't talk to me unless it's no news or good news. So
we'll edit that part out of the job promotion. Well, cool. I know you got to get to your next meeting, so have fun, and we'll talk again in a week. Oh, no, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If not sooner, you and me.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. Have fun.
Bye.